Hello everyone, welcome back. We're going to be doing a pick a card reading today. We're going to be doing planetary messages, so messages from the planets, asteroids, things like that, kind of all encompassing for today. I have my astrology deck out and we'll be using the Rider-Waite Tarot, my mini deck. Just want to let everyone take a moment. I do all my readings for our highest and greatest good, yours and mine. I work primarily with spirit guides. So they'll be helping me channel the messages today. This card wants to be here for pile 1. And then we have 2 and 3 right next to it. Well, almost. Okay. I'll give everyone a moment again to look over the cards. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And we'll get started. Pile 1, it's not exactly planet. We have Juno. Juno represents commitment. Traditionally represents marriage, relationships, committed relationships. Won't have much to say over flings necessarily, but if you see yourself in a very committed relationship or a marriage, it will definitely pertain to that. It can also pertain to things that you're naturally committed to in this life in general or in other ways. It doesn't have to exclusively be relationships, I've noticed. Sometimes people just have things that they're naturally inclined to feel really committed and kind of disciplined towards. Something like someone who is so fascinated with a subject or a hobby or an activity or a role in life, where they are committed to that. You can kind of tell who those people are compared to the people who feel like they have to do it, or the people who just enjoy doing it sometimes, like they're in the reason that they like it. Does that make sense? Anyway, I'm gonna assume you know what I mean, because I will ramble. We've got first here the 7 of Cups as a message from Juno, along with the 2 of Wands. Now, I'm feeling like this is kind of split with the messages already, but that's to be expected with general pick-a-card readings. I'm feeling that for some of you, you're in a committed situation. We're going to just say that. To be broad, because relationships are not, you're in a committed situation, but you're kind of really looking it over. It feels like you're really looking over, well, what were my other options, or what were they, or what could they be? Kind of these potentials, or potentials in where you could go next, whether it's within the same committed space you're in, or by changing it, altering it, or picking a new one altogether. This kind of gives me the vibe someone sitting in their house kind of looking over pictures, or looking out the window and kind of debating, or there's a word I can't find, but kind of looking at their past and their future and thinking, did I make the right choices? Is this really what I want? Is this where I want to go? Where would I be right now if I had picked this other thing? A lot of those it's almost daydreamy with this card. It feels like really playing with these options in your mind as you create your own reality. And that's really ties into this next card, the 2 of Wands, where this one shows you do get to plan and manifest and create your reality. It is, this image of this man looking out, this person looking out onto their space and trying to plan out what all they want to create with what they have. It is a fire element card. It's more where our first card for this message was more based in emotions. This card is more based in our passion, our action. Like, where do we want to go? What are we going to do to make this happen? There's excitement here. This is excitement for what awaits, what's out there, what can come from this. How is it all going to happen? How am I going to do it? How's it going to play out? Like, this is, this could be someone taking action or not. Oh, I totally forgot to say what the other half of the broad message was. I haven't done a pick a card in a minute, so I've been like flowing with individual readings for a while now. The other side of this. Okay, the other side of this was more about people who aren't in a committed situation, but it feels like you're on the brink of one. Does that make sense? Like, it feels like you are about to approach the part of your life where you are in a committed situation, or you're about to get set up with something. I kind of get the vibe like I'm going to college, or like I'm going to start seriously dating. Like I'm moving forward with the intention of I'm going to look for a committed, serious relationship rather than just having a good time. So I feel like this is you thinking about what all could happen. What all could there be for me? What would be good for me? What would I like? What would I dislike? What are all these options ahead of me? Is what it really feels like. And again, you're in your feelings space. You're really trying to feel it out. And I think that in a way, this card can show, a stall in the timeline, but I kind of feel like you need that. Where if you're rushed to pick what you want, it might not truly be what you want. Then next is the action. So I'm not too worried about anyone, getting stalled out, not making a decision. I feel like this is more of you're taking your time to feel it out emotionally, check with yourself, feel into all your options and what feels right for you, and then you are like making a plan and taking action. Like you are moving forward with the Two of Wands. You're excited for what happens next. Where are we gonna go? I'm ready to go live my life. It's gonna be great. Like it's a good energy, I feel. I like to end these with an affirmation card, which I also haven't used in a hot second. We're gonna use Spirit Junkie from Gabrielle today. Love her. She's the best. It says, it's safe to slow down, relax, and let go. I feel like that plays into your Seven of Cups time. And then you also have, I trust that my intuition is always leading me in the right direction. Again, I feel like this is very resonant with the message we've had. Like if you're gonna move forward and feel good about being committed to something, you want to make sure it really resonates with you. And with all of the planetary type readings I always recommend that you look to this placement on your chart. It's very likely that there is a transit coming over, either with transit Juno or with your natal Juno placement, that is significant and will give you more information. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, a personal reading with me, they are available on my website. I also offer monthly readings for my patrons, and they're getting little astrology lessons every week on live. So check me out there. And then on TikTok lately, I've been going live daily, nightly, really, nighttime. Been going live nightly, offering free pick a cards. Well, not pick a cards. Offering free single card pulls on there. It's been really fun. It's just for fun. It's a great time. Get a lot of really quick, important messages through on there. So follow me everywhere. And I will see you next time. I hope this was helpful. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. let's turn over what you have. You have the solar eclipse. Sorry, I keep forgetting which direction I set the camera to. The solar eclipse is not a planet, but we've got the sun and the moon involved, and solar eclipses are very intense, so I'm going to roll with this. I'm going to go with this. I want to do messages for you from the solar eclipse. That's what I want to do, so we're going to do that. That feels good to me. So, this reading is already giving me energy. Like, energy. Like, I was feeling kind of meh, and I'm really getting some good vibes off of this. Some really sunny, gold type vibes. Makes me feel wealthy, almost. That song that's like, good energy. It's trendy right now. Okay. You had some more cards than the last one wanted to come out here. So first you have the moon and the solar eclipse card, which feel pretty intense all together themselves. And the moon, you know, I feel like it really connects with this water energy, and so does the cups card. And then on this side, we have pentacles on both of those. I just feel like there's a lot of earth and water and fire. Like the solar eclipse, it's almost like a flame being snuffed out for a second and then brought back up. It's really powerful. It feels almost regenerative is the vibe I'm getting. Not really looking much at the cards yet. I want you to look at the date whenever you're watching this to the next solar eclipse. You can look at the partial eclipses, but also look at the next total eclipse. I feel like those dates will be significant. Oh man. Your message from the solar eclipse. There's kind of a haze over this, which is making me hesitate here. This moon card. The moon always represents some... It tends to include illusion. It makes things clouded with feeling and with kind of almost trickery at times. It can represent things being like you stuck in the shadow of not knowing what's going on, kind of being left in the dark on something. Manipulation can be shown with the moon card. But the main thing I'm getting here is like, it feels like somebody knows something you don't. It doesn't necessarily feel malicious, but maybe like they just thought it'd be better or easier if they didn't mention it. Is the energy I'm getting. But it feels hazy because like part of you picks up on that shit, right? Like part of you knows, I think intuitively that there's something going on. But it's just hazy. It's just cloudy. And you would like clarification. Yeah. We do have the Two of Cups here. And I tend to hear people get worried when the Two of Cups shows up with the moon card, kind of for that reason. For a lot of readers, it can represent two people coming together and there being something that wasn't quite put out in the open clearly. You know, could be a sign of, and I don't like to say this, that's why I'm kind of distancing myself from this statement. It could show something being kind of manipulative with a partner, or kept secret, or kept intentionally unclear. What's the word for that? Ambiguous. There's something ambiguous here. Maybe I wouldn't jump to conclusions on this. I don't feel a strong negative, sinister, like dark pull with this reading. I feel like this could even just be like a surprise. Like, it's going to be different for all of you, granted, because this is a general reading. Might be interesting if you pulled cards additionally for yourself specifically. Just like I'm hearing like a one card pull to get personal clarification for yourself on what the haziness is about, because I am getting that it's different for different people. And it'll be really specific to you and your situation right now. But the general state of this message is still really important. The 9 of Pentacles here shows that you're really living in kind of this golden state, right? Like, you have all of the things, the bounty, the harvest, you have all of the things that have culminated from all of your work and all of the effort you've put in, all of this building and growing. It's really a beautiful card. I feel like she's one of the cards I look up to the most, honestly. She's here with all her fruits of her labor, independent, feeling rewarded. So much work has been put in for this luxury she's in. She's feeling satisfied. She's feeling amazing. She's feeling comforted, at peace. There's so much wealth indicated in this card, and this sense of ease and grace in all of the work that you've put in, and all of the rewards that you're gaining from the work you've put in. And then at the same time here, we have Mr. the 8 of Pentacles coming in sideways, backwards, reversed. He's kind of concerned about some shortcuts that might have been taken. He's not fully committed to this project. He feels like it could be a ripoff. He might not be invested in it, or it might just not have a good foundation. There's so much learning to do in order to create a proper foundation. So, I mean, work in progress with mistakes is very normal. But, you know, it will get you feeling down. It can remind you of, you know, the influence you have on the world around you through all of the work you do, the impact you make on your own life and on the life of everyone else around you. It's not only just this obligation, this project, this thing you've been working towards. It feels like, you know, it feels like this is bigger than that. You have a connection to this. And part of this down feeling you're getting is to show you that it's not only an obligation for money type task. Like, you've developed more feelings for this, more connection to this, than just that. There's a value to what you're providing, what you're doing, what you're working on. And you get to express it. You get to be here to express it and enjoy it. There's this idea that he's been working so long on this. He's almost, you know, he knows he's putting in a lot of effort over time, and then it's going to pay off one day, hopefully. That's when we get to her. But it feels like you kind of know it's paid off, whatever you've been working towards. It feels like you know it's paid off now, but this could be burnout. This could be, okay, dang, I need to take a break from this, because as great as this thing is, I just can't feel that it's great right now. I can't feel the value in my work at this moment, because I'm burnt out. I need to enjoy the luxuries that I have accrued based on my work. And I think he came through kind of wonky, not full reversed intentionally, because I feel like this is something you're unsure about, or like there is something about it that it could be turned right side up very easily. It's not a full reversal. I feel like this is only going to take a minor adjustment for you, honestly. But if it's left unchecked, it's going to be a real challenge. The solar eclipse is going to show you this. And it's going to show you how this side of your life, of you working towards these goals and projects, and the effort that you put in on a day-to-day basis affects this other kind of more emotional side of this reading, where it affects you and how much you emotionally connect with a partner. With this, if you're not in a relationship, it could be a close friend, someone that you spend a lot of time with, that you feel is a soulmate in one way or another, a kindred spirit, something like that. I feel like this is someone that you're very close to. And the moon card is so ominous here. I can't put my finger on it. I can't pinpoint this. It's just this haziness. And I feel like the work side, the project side, I'm saying work, but loosely, I feel like this side of it that's very grounded and very like, okay, this is the effort I'm putting in, is creating this kind of hazier space for yourself. Some of this is from your own energy, and it's being reflected back to you in this way where the relationship has clarity issues. I don't feel like for many of you it will be too extreme unless this goes, again, unchecked. And there's kind of that trope in the movies, right, where one partner becomes very ultra involved with their projects or work or whatever. They get so immersed with what they're doing, what they're trying to accomplish, that they kind of lose sight of their connection with their partner. And it's not intentional, but it does affect the relationship in the long run. And I think it's kind of touching on that theme a bit here, and just how hazy the whole situation gets between both people in their own ways. This will be an intense time with a solar eclipse going on. It usually marks like a new chapter of your life, right? Or a new part of the chapter, sub-chapter. Because I would say every new eclipse series starts a new chapter. But every 6 months, the eclipse series changes every about 2 years. And then every 6 months we get a couple eclipses. So we'll get a couple eclipses every 6 months until the 2-year mark, and then we kind of switch over to different signs and do our eclipses in those signs, and then we switch signs again after another 2 years, and we do our eclipses in those signs. So each of those eclipse series feels like another chapter of life. And with the solar eclipse coming in, I want you to be prepared that things will shake up, things will change, your life will adjust to this situation as it's being pushed out. So being intentional about your day-to-day life and where you're wanting to go with your life. Part of this reading really feels kind of that, again, like this golden aura to it. It feels like you are the creator. You can choose what you want with your life. And when it's hazy, just really try to feel into every moment with the moon card. The moon is the ruler of Cancer. Cancer is very well known as the moodiest zodiac sign. But the idea of that is the moon is switching signs. It's moving around pretty quick. Like every 2.5 days it switches signs. It's in a new part of the sky. If your emotional state, if your being was based off of that, ruled by that, that's a lot. And I feel like Cancer is really representative of the smallest water sign in the zodiac, and those like passing emotions, the small feels, are so much of their being and their existence, their life force energy, that they come and they go, and then there's a new one. It's not necessarily long-held grudges or anything like that. That's more Scorpio territory. But this feels like something you need to personally take time to feel through and not take it for granted in the way that I think sometimes in our day-to-day life we feel something out and we're like, okay, this is how I feel about that. And then you move on and you kind of just assume that you feel the same way as you did earlier about it without really checking in with yourself. But this is going to kind of make you check in a lot more to really get the most out of this time period of your life. So there's your reading. I feel like I channeled your affirmation, but the essence of it, but let me pull you one anyway here. I like using these affirmation cards to really get a nice little conclusion, ending, something you can take, like a takeaway from the reading. You have, my greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what others think of me. Amazing. I hope you all have a great day. If you would like a personal reading from me, they're available on my website, and my patrons on Patreon get a reading every month. They also get little astrology lessons and things like that on there, so it's a good time. If you're looking for more of a good time, you should come to my TikTok. You can hang out with me on TikTok Live. I'm on there every night doing free readings, free card pulls for everybody. It's very fun. And yeah, you can follow me everywhere, honestly. You might as well. So I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. I did like a little jig right there. I'm getting a little Aquarius-y at the moment. I don't know how I feel about it. My signs don't match up so great. So anyway, we're gonna move forward. Your card is Sagittarius, and so for these I like to keep pulling from that deck until we get like a body of something. So let's see, we got 7th house. These will give us more information on the reading, so no worries. Uranus for you. Okay, so we have a very specific astrological profile for this energy coming through. We have Uranus in the 7th house in Sagittarius. Right away, I want you to go ahead and look at your chart. I totally forgot to tell the last reading to do that. No, I didn't. I did great. I want you to look at these parts of your natal chart. And if you can look at the transit chart at the time of listening to this reading, that would also be great, because usually it connects with what's going on in the sky at this time for you. I want you to look at the Sagittarius, 7th house, and Uranus. Now, Uranus is kind of a new ruler of Aquarius, so maybe that's why my little Aquarius moon and rising came through extra strong. The 7th house is traditionally about your shadow, about what you're reflecting back, your mirror, your significant other, partnerships, legal things, balance, you know. Oh, sorry. Just a little wiggly for a second. Sagittarius is here. Sagittarius is known for being ruled by Jupiter. It's very expansive and adventurous and spiritual, lucky, ready to experience life at its fullest and keep going. It is the last fire sign of the tarot, and it is like a wildfire. I can hear my admiration for Sagittarius energy in my voice. But again, Uranus in the charts, in the skies, represents more of the unpredictable, more of a kind of towery energy. I know not everyone likes to say that, but it's very sudden, it's very unknown. It is electric. It is one of the most unpredictable parts of astrology. Sudden events. I see like car crashes with Uranus, things like that. I see surprise parties with Uranus. It could be a variety of things that manifest through Uranus. So let's go ahead and see what the messages are from Uranus 7th house Sagittarius. This would be a wild relationship if I can make a leap here. Just looking at the mix. Wild relationship with your shadow self, with how you feel like you're reflected back in the world around you, what you're putting out there. Yeah. So the man, if there is a court case coming up for you, I want you to embrace the ride. And I want you to work with a partner on this. Work with someone who can benefit you however you need, whatever you feel the most stress and anxiety over throughout this process. Find a partner that will ease that for you in whichever way that, if that means it's more emotional support, or maybe it is financial support, maybe it is paperwork, maybe they understand the legalese language better, and it makes you feel more at ease. Any kind of support you need through that process, I feel like find a partner, probably just one person with this dynamic. I mean, if you have a lawyer and then you need a support, don't fret over that. That's no big deal. But I feel like there's going to be one main person that's going to give you so much. And Sagittarius is very, it's going to be a very beneficial energy in a way, but it will kind of feel like a wild ride. So you got to kind of buckle in a little bit. You have, as for your message cards, you have the Six of Cups and you have the King of Pentacles reversed. Now, if this is a legal issue, I feel like you feel like something that was built up has been sort of ruined in a way. Maybe not completely ruined, but maybe completely ruined. And then there's this other part of you that feels like, well, it shouldn't have been like that. Like you're kind of reminiscing. You remember the fond. What did I say? Did I mix two words together? You're reminiscing. You have those fond memories. There's like this part of it that just feels wrong. Like it was so nice, and now to this like physical world, monetary situation has fumbled it, muddied it. Like it's become so much of a problem now, and it's kind of hard to imagine that it got like this from where it started, which is very sad. It feels depressing. It feels like stressful and depressing, and maybe a little anger in there too. I don't feel like anger is as prominent as maybe it would be for me, though, if that was anyway. There is a little bit, though, a little bit of anger. If it's not a court battle, though, I don't want to make it sound like that's all this reading is, and it's a general reading. But I am very curious about the legal ones. I don't know why. So there is, one way or another, there is something you have such fond memories of. You know, you can remember the past and you just feel so settled and so comfy in the past, and there's these things that make you feel warm and happy, content, and then to see them be kind of like destroyed, like as time goes on, or maybe it's something more sudden. It's it's definitely something more sudden. Like, how could you ruin this? Like, I kind of got this flash of someone's partner, like like sleeping with their best friend or something. Like, not that that's what's happening, but like that sense of like a betrayal a little bit. It's not something you don't already know of, so I don't want to make anyone fearful. That's really important for me, is to make sure I'm not fear mongering you guys. Like, I'm not a scare tactics person, but something you have recognized this. You feel betrayed. You feel like they ruined something. They really destroyed something that was really special and sweet, and you don't know if it can be the same again, but it would be nice if it could. There's this idea of like, well, maybe if I just keep writing it out and see how the universe bends and pulls at this situation over time, maybe something still comes out of this, or still some happens out of this. Now, I also just got the image of like a couple splitting and like children involved. Again, this is a general reading, so I'm gonna pick up on more than one situation. But there is this sudden upheaval, and it's making an impact on you financially. It's making an impact on you where you can't feel as grounded as you were, which I understand makes you feel so off all the time, like 24/7. It's like you can't feel settled, you can't feel calm, you can't feel normal until it's all taken care of and wrapped up, and it's really plaguing on you. There's gonna be a journey to be had for sure. I want to see what else they have to say. I'd like to get like guidance cards, because I feel like this is getting pretty low vibe right now. Okay, cool. I also just got, someone's being very mean. It's mean. Like, I just heard mean. That's my go-to word. Like, it kind of feels like elementary, maybe. Like, oh, you're a meanie. But, like, it's an effective word. Like, you're being mean. You're being cruel. Like, anyway, I think it works a lot more better than telling someone they're, like, a bad name. Like, I'm not really someone who does that. So, anyway, more of advice for you. Kind of similar to what I said here, but get some emotional support from a group. The Three of Cups is really great for having little social circles that you can connect and bond with and like meet up with like periodically, like throughout the week, maybe once a week. I think once a week is not enough right now, honestly. I think you need to be seeing this little group of people. You need chatting, texting with them on the daily, and then seeing them like 2 or 3 times a week. Like just to meet up, whatever you want to do, whatever feels easy and good and maybe a little bit cathartic, like just to meet up with them and be able to talk things out, vent a little bit. You can vent with each other, give each other support, give each other some laughs, some lighter feelings, some good feelings, creating new great memories too on top of that, where sometimes it feels like, wow, this friend I had for forever, and like now it's ruined because of XYZ happening. I just don't know if I could ever have a friend like that again. And it kind of shows you like you can. Like you are not doomed for the rest of your life to not have like a fun, sweet memory like that ever again, you know. And then the Fool card. You got to start a new journey. You got to start a new life. Moving forward, you get to start fresh. Clean slate. Create something new for your life and make it fun, make it exciting. Again, these new friends, they might not be new, but maybe they're people you're connecting with in a different way. It could be new. You are creating new types of friendships, new network for yourself, a new everything for yourself. I feel like this is a really beautiful way to kind of pick up the energy of this reading, and it speaks to this fire energy too, because Sagittarius is not directly connected to the Fool, but I could see how they kind of mingle together a little bit. Like Sagittarius is kind of free-spirited. They're like ready to take a risk. They're like, let's go. I'm gonna go do this thing. I'm not really gonna think that much about it necessarily. Unless it really calls for it. Like, why bother? I'll take a long trip and I'll just ride it out. I'll see how it goes as I go along. I'll have a plan-ish, but so the Fool card, he's on his little adventure. He's doing his thing. He's about to walk off a cliff, but you know what? Not too worried about it. I'm gonna walk right up to that edge and see what happens. So I think that being willing to take yourself there is gonna be important for this. For you to give yourself time to kind of, feels a little grieve type energy right now. Grieve the past situation and kind of the present situation too, but kind of start a new branch off of this life tree for yourself and create something really great. Now I'm going to do your affirmation card. It says, all that I love is more important than all that I fear. And a second one, when I see good in others, I acknowledge it out loud. This can really help change your frame of mind throughout this situation and uplift yourself. So, I hope this is helpful. If you would like a full reading, personal reading from me, they're available on my website. I'm offering hour-long readings at the moment, but I'm thinking about adding 20-minute long readings soon. Then you can get readings, short ones on my Patreon. My patrons get one reading a month, and they also get little mini astrology lessons every week on live, and other things. If you want to hang out with me more, come over to my live streams on TikTok. I've been going on TikTok every night and doing card pulls for people for free, for fun. It's a great time. You should come over there. A lot of important messages come through in those, and we get to hang out. So check me out there. Follow me everywhere. I hope this was helpful. I will see you next time. Bye.